Hello everyone, this is Aegon of Astora, and welcome back to my caster playthrough of Dark Souls Remastered. This is episode number 3, being recorded on Sunday the 27th of May. I hope you're all having a fantastic day, whenever it is you find yourself watching this. So as with the last two episodes, we have quite a group of people here along with us. So together with myself and 37 other viewers, we're going to continue on with our Dark Souls Remastered playthrough. So the first thing on our list of things to do today is that we need to go speak to the male undead merchant. So let's go do that. We want to get to the depths as soon as possible. How did you not die there? We want to get to the depths as soon as possible so that we can... Hello, Alam? So we want to get to the depths as soon as possible so that we can get our hands on... Ooh, so we're Gravelorded apparently. Wow, there's a bunch of Gravelord. So even when you're in Hollow mode, that's interesting. It's like Gravelord City here. These are the very kind Hollow soldiers who taught me how to parry for the first time. Beautiful lore master Aegon will guide you through Dark Souls in glorious 60 FPS. Unfortunately, it's in the inglorious resolution of 720p, but I can't complain too much because... Yeah, I think 60 I think frame rate is, in many cases at least, preferable to resolution. So we have our male undead merchant friend here, petting what seems to be an invisible dog, which may or may not be the Yulia to which he refers when you attack him. So yeah, male undead merchant, a very interesting fellow. Drops the Uchi Katana, but we're not going to kill him, of course. And he has... I wonder if this is supposed to be like a list of prices.
Well now, you seem to have your wits about you, hmm? Then you are a welcome customer. I trade for souls. Everything's for sale.
So the residence key, we get to free Griggs of Vinheim, so we might as well get that. We should get... Well, might as well get the bottomless box now.
Thank you kindly.
And... we might as well... use these souls. Oh crud, I meant to speak to Anastasia of Astora so that we could use the Firekeeper soul we have, but I guess we're just gonna have to wait.
Oh, you again. I hope you've brought plenty of souls.
Wait a second. He didn't have the dried finger in the original game. I'm pretty sure we got the dried finger in... Yeah, I'm pretty sure we got the dried finger in the Painted World, so it's interesting that they moved that. But in the meantime, let's buy a repair box.
Oh, thank you very much. Come back soon.
So if you back out without purchasing anything, the male undead merchant has some less flattering things to say.
What a waste of time. Go and fall off a cliff.
Yeah, not especially kind. Oh, sorry, friend. I just want to show everyone your Uchigatana. So, yeah. That could be Yulia, but it's not entirely clear. So, now that we have the key we need, let's head over to... The wooden shield is in there, but we don't really need it. So let's reverse our hollowing. Even those of a clearly heinous disposition that want to kill him. Well, you know, you have to try and see the best in everyone, right? Otherwise, the world is a very... Like, the world's grim and dark enough as it is. And if you don't, then, yeah. It can be an issue. Wait, where am I going? Yes, I'm going the right way. So we need to go talk to Solaire, and then we're going to go to the lower Undead Burg. I suppose it could also be a cat. Because there are dog-sized cats in this game. That is... Alvina of the Dark Root Forest. Solaire! Hi, friend. My name's Sweet D, and the joke's not on me.
Ah, hello. You don't look hollow, far from it. I am Solaire of Astora, an adherent of the Lord of Sunlight. Now that I am undead, I have come to this great land, the birthplace of Lord Gwyn, to seek my very own son. You find that strange? Well, you should. No need to hide your reaction. I get that look all the time. Oh, aha. So I didn't scare you. I have a proposition, if you have a moment.
Of course, friend.
The way I see it, our fates appear to be intertwined. In a land brimming with hollows, could that really be mere chance? So what do you say? Why not help one another on this lonely journey?
Absolutely.
This pleases me greatly. Well then, take this. We are amidst strange beings in a strange land. The flow of time itself is convoluted, with heroes centuries old phasing in and out. The very fabric wavers, and relations shift and obscure. There's no telling how much longer your world and mine will remain in contact. But use this to summon one another as spirits, cross the gaps between the worlds, and engage in jolly cooperation. Of course, we are not the only ones engaged in this, but I am a warrior of the sun. Spot my summon signature easily by its brilliant aura. If you miss it, you must be blind.
So, of course, the dialogue he's just provided us has served as the basis for pretty much the entirety of our understanding of the cosmology and the multiverse aspect of the Dark Souls games since, yeah, Dark Souls 1. So, very interesting.
Oh, hello there. I will stay behind to gaze at the sun. The sun is a wondrous body, like a magnificent father. If only I could be so grossly incandescent.
Hello, Vatosh. Okay, see you later, friend. Don't stare at the sun too long because, you know, illusory or otherwise, that's not especially good for your eyes. So we got our white... I suppose we should read the white soapstone. White sign soapstone. Be summoned to another world as a phantom through your sign and defeat the area boss to acquire humanity. In Lordran, the flow of time is distorted, and the white sign soapstone allows undead to assist one another. Considering Solaire potentially got a facehugger thing obvious, he has crap eyesight due to looking. Yeah, spending all of his time looking at the sun. Probably not unfair. Okay, we're gonna unlock the shortcut to the Upper Burg. Sorry friends, I'm going this way. Okay, so we were Gravelorded, but we are no longer. So we're gonna have some dogs rushing at us here. And if you angle it just right, you can usually get them to kill themselves in the fire, but I didn't really do it correctly. Yeah, I have a feeling this area is gonna be very bad. We're gonna die. Oh. One of them ran into the fire. So there is twin humanity over there. But these guys can stun lock you pretty badly with those torches. Oh, there it is. Especially if you don't have a great deal of poise. No, friend, stop. Yeah, if you murder the male undead merchant, he drops the Uchi Katana, but you also have to live with yourself after that, so... Where's the door we're looking for?
Somebody! Please let me out of here. Somebody! Anybody! Help me! Unlock the door! Damn, I'm finished. How did this ever happen? Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Thank you. I'm saved. I thought I might never escape. I am Griggs of Vinheim, a sorcerer of the school. I am much obliged for your assistance. Thanks to you, I may now resume my travels.
I love the... Brilliant. You opened the door for me. Like, it's such a big deal that opening doors is such a difficult thing. So it would seem that he might have murdered this person. Like, I don't know why he would be in a barrel. Cloak worn by proper sorcerers who studied at Vinheim Dragon School. The majority take pride in having studied at the academy and look down on breaking the formal dress code established for sorcerers.
Oh, hello. I'm fine. I will rest a while, then return to Firelink Shrine. I have my sorcery. And I will be more cautious next time. Besides, I have an important task at hand.
Oh, no. Sorry, friend, I meant to give you a little kick. A friendly kick, a loving kick. Not to smash you with my morning star. Okay, so we're about to get ambushed here. But we can lessen it a little bit. At least in theory. Maybe this weapon's not long enough. Either that or they might have patched this. A loving kick, yep. Alright. No, that's bad. They can backstab, which with the dagger hurts a great deal. And when you see them in their defensive stance like that, you probably don't want to attack them, because that means that they're ready to parry. Bleed's about to... No. Thankfully, they don't have much of a concept of teamwork. Thank you for the tip, Drizzt. Hello. Nice to see you, friend. I think he stuffed him into a pot in hopes to hide him, and that the corpse has sorcerer gear points to him being an assassin for the school. Yeah, touche, Aaron. Okay, I think one of these... Yeah, I think this is the... What's it called? Yeah, Mailbreaker. I knew it was a weapon that I never used, so... We have some more dogs coming up here, I think. Or rather, a second ambush. Oh. Hi, Poochie. Thank you for, like, stopping in midair for some reason. That was close. We have the thief set in here. That is a problem that I would probably also be having, Drizzt, were it not for the fact that, I'm streaming this and recording it for YouTube. Because I do have in mind a number of builds, but I won't be able to, I won't really have time to work on them until I'm finished with this playthrough. So before we actually go through the fog gate, no, that's not what I wanted to do. We're going to go open up the shortcut. And I was thinking we could go to Firelink Shrine to upgrade our Estus, but maybe we'll wait until after we fight the boss. Because I don't want to sit at the bonfire accidentally, which I'm prone to doing. And we might as well say hello to the female undead merchant. Hi, friend.
You still have your senses about you. Then why won't you buy some of my moss? I need your souls.
So we are obviously going to want to use a huge amount of our souls later on poison arrows. But for the time being, we'll buy 1 charcoal pine resin and 1 homeward bone. And use the remainder on prism stones, because why not? Sorry, Samuel.
Come again, if you please.
Hello, Malva Vibisco. I'm very happy that you're here as well, friend. So, I think we should try to cheese the Capra Demon. Be wary of sorrow, indeed. And in order to do that, we're going to need some firebombs. I can't remember exactly where we need to aim. Yeah, well said, Wisborn. That's a good point. I don't think I was even close there. Nor there. So we're not going to be able to fully cheese him. Hello, Quadman EXE. Oh, kill one of the dogs. What a filled cheese. Okay, so we might as well use our charcoal pine resin. Not a good start. Oh, what a plunging attack. He staggers much easier than I remember. Oh no, that's bad. Too bad they couldn't do anything to fix the freaking camera. That was close. Sweet D is quite pleased with herself. I did indeed get greedy there, but thankfully the Capra Demon was incapable of capitalizing on that. Alright, so let's go to Firelink. Oh, our Dregling friend's still there. Thank you, everyone. Actually...
Oh, there you are, dearie. A pleasure to see you again.
Oh, man. Okay, so since we're going to... we have some very tough decisions to make here. We do need Homeward Bones for the purposes of the playthrough. And we can't spend, like, all of our souls on poison arrows, but I do want to have some just in case. So let's say 20. Moss is so expensive at the beginning of the game.
Much obliged. I think I like you.
Oh no, that's not good, Aaron. Miss Moss always creeped me out, but not as much as Oswald. Yeah, Oswald is the creepiest. perpetually doing the well, what is it gesture. Speaking of which, I never equipped that. Alright. No conditions, Vodka Foley. You just have to... You have to go through the lower Undead Burg. That's really it. Because that's the only way in. Oh, come on. We can't go through all of that and then die to a stinking rat. No, friend, no! So you can tell that we went the reverse way, or through the back door to the Undead Burg. The fact that we even picked up that item there. Oh no. Okay. No more screwing around. Let's go sit at the bonfire. So let's go use our Firekeeper Soul to upgrade our Estus Flask. Soul of a long-lost Firekeeper. Each Firekeeper is a corporeal manifestation of her bonfire and a draw for the humanity which is offered to her. Her soul is gnawed by infinite humanity and can boost the power of precious Estus Flasks. It can be used to gain humanity and restore HP at the cost of losing the Firekeeper Soul to reinforce the Estus Flasks. So I think that last paragraph there is meant to be a hint at the fact that when you have Anastasia of Astora's Firekeeper Soul, you can use it to reinforce it, but you know, you're probably better served just using it to restore her place as the Firekeeper of Firelink Shrine. And as I've mentioned in Dark Souls 3 Let's Talk Lore, it would seem that at some point in development, Anastasia's story changed, because if you look at the announcement trailer for Dark Souls, Anastasia of Astora is actually right by the bonfire on the upper level. She's not in a cage down here, so... And again, she cannot speak, so because she doesn't have a tongue, so... Thank you, friend. Sweet D appreciates it. So we've already wasted one Firekeeper Soul in trying to get the dupe glitch going, but... Hello.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such compromising circumstances. At least we both made it back unscathed. Incidentally, would you care to learn any sorceries? You're clearly talented, and besides, I owe you. Of course, we will require some materials, but I'm happy to teach you some elementary spells. Are you interested?
I'm not really, but sure.
Splendid. Very well. I am pleased to have a chance to give something back. Well then, let's get started straight away. Have you heard of Big Hat Logan? Master Logan is a great sorcerer and my teacher. Both of us came to this land as undead. But one day he departed, leaving only a note. I suppose he wished to keep me out of harm's way. But where does that leave me? I have dedicated myself to sorcery, but Master Logan could find no use for me.
This is true, Nicole. And yet, he's totally okay with me in spite of the fact that I, hit him in the face with my Morning Star when I rescued him. So go figure.
Ah, yes. The note that Master Logan left. It only said he would travel to Anolondo by way of Sen's fortress. I can only guess that he seeks the regal archives. For Master Logan is a tireless pursuer of wisdom. Wisdom trumps all. Everything else is hogwash. When the curse turned him undead, I'm certain that he only felt it was the perfect chance to visit this land. I only wish that I had his courage.
Funny he says wisdom trumps all. suggesting that wisdom is universal, and that one person's wisdom isn't another person's falsehood, if that makes any sense.
Goodbye then. Do stay safe.
Alright, take care, friend. Yeah, he secretly likes pain, and I only encouraged him. So of course that is Kingseeker Frant, because we've rung the first bell of awakening. He falls asleep, I guess. And the trigger for all these friends coming here is defeating the Capra Demon.
Oh, hello. My guests have finally arrived. I will be departing with them shortly, so I'm afraid I will be saying goodbye soon. It was a pleasure.
Well, you're almost right with that vodka fully, because this guy right here he is not cool. Curiously enough, you cannot get his armor set. Oh, he's so ugly.
Oh, hello. Miracles, I presume? Yes, I know. An undead mission? Regrettably, I cannot share that with you. But you are my pupil. Perhaps if you show your faith.
Insufficient dedication. Oh, I love that.
Come again. The effectiveness of the teachings depend upon your faith.
Hello.
You are undead as well? Then we've no time to fraternize. I have my mission and you no doubt have yours. We must not let this curse overcome us.
Indeed.
Did I not explain the urgency of our tasks? Or are you so uncouth as to lack such judgment? By the looks of you, I should think not.
My dad's on the Atlantic coast. For those who aren't familiar with my research, I'm researching the decline of sockeye salmon in the Fraser River of British Columbia, or just wild salmon on the Pacific coast more generally. My dad is right now on vacation in the Atlantic coast, and he just sent me a text. The salmon run here is low. Thanks, Dad.
Did I not explain?
Yes. So these two of my favorite NPCs in Dark Souls right here, and not because I like them, but just, yeah.
What have we here? You look awfully raggedy. Times are grim. The least you can do is look sharp. Don't you dare meet my lady like that. You might scare her off for good. Oh, you again. What business have you? I don't suppose we can help, though. We accompany my lady on her righteous mission. It is quite a chore, but I'm stuck with her, and Nico too. I can't very well abandon them now.
Alright, friends, see you later. I'm pretty sure Scarrowed, I'm pretty sure he has no tongue. I didn't know that at first, though, so, you know, the fact that I was laughing at him, you know, it's just one of those things where it's like, yeah, had I known that, I probably wouldn't laugh at him, but since I already started, might as well continue. Thank you, Nicole. I appreciate that. I'm really annoyed because, I spent a little bit of extra money to order my groceries online because I don't drive, so knowing myself and how lazy I can be at times, I order my groceries instead of relying on myself to actually go out and, you know, take groceries home on public transit. And on the website where I order groceries, they have, like, you know, whenever I order, I look at the section which has, like, new things that they've recently got in. And when I ordered my groceries on, like, Thursday or something for delivery today, Friday for today, they had sockeye salmon. Not Atlantic sockeye salmon. Sockeye salmon from Alaska. And I ordered it, and there's an option to select whether or not... So that's a ring of sacrifice over there, but I've died on that jump one too many times, as I presume that all of these bloodstains... No. This person just got killed by the hollows. No, yeah, these are all just... Yeah, I thought there would be people jumping off, but yeah, because apparently the Alaska sockeye are doing okay. I imagine because the water is so much cooler there. And yet, you know, I didn't select no substitution, so when they delivered it today, the delivery person's like, oh yeah, they didn't have sockeye, so you got Atlantic salmon instead. I was like, what? Which almost certainly means that it's farm salmon, which is terrible, because farm salmon are very, very bad for wild salmon, and at least in the Canadian case, are very problematic in that not only do they bring harm to wild salmon who swim by the... I should clarify that the issue isn't farm salmon per se, but open net pen salmon farms. So salmon farms that are in the ocean along the migratory routes of wild salmon. And that's a big issue because the wild salmon swim by them and yeah, pass off diseases. It magnifies diseases that would otherwise be naturally occurring. So when the guy said, oh, we didn't get your sockeye, but they got Atlantic salmon, I was just like, gosh darn it. Should have selected no substitutions. But random aside, key opening the door from the lower Undead Burg to the depths. Those banished from the Undead Burg eke out their existence in the depths, a damp layer with no trace of sunlight. Nearly half of the depths form a perilous, flooded labyrinth. Sounds like my kind of place. Yeah, parasite issues, and so sea lice being one, and a IASV virus, which I believe is essentially salmon leukemia, although I might be mixing that up with something else. And the main issue is that the salmon farm companies are being supported monetarily and otherwise by the Canadian government, because aquaculture is one of the fastest growing industries in the world. So, you know, of course, the government wants to encourage growth, but the issue is that growth is not itself a worthy thing to aspire to. I love that the Dregling smashing that table in the background. So I'm not going to flip this table, I'm going to smash it. And so, you know, these companies are, you know, largely Norwegian companies operating in Canada. The benefit to Canadian citizens is minimal at best. And yet, you know what, we really should have gone to Andre. No, you know what? We're actually not even going to stop at the bonfire here, so we can still go to Andre to upgrade our weapon. Even though we're not going to be using it once we get Quelaag's Fury Sword. But after we free Laurentius, we're going to go back to Firelink anyway, so we won't stop at the bonfire just yet. All right, Aaron. Well, I'll certainly try to figure out some way that I can do that. But so essentially, the issue is that the benefits and the costs aren't being equitably distributed. Oh no, she got us. And in the case of the salmon farms in particular, they say that closed containment, so that is a salmon farm on land, is simply not profitable. Well, yeah, tough shit, because the issue with these having salmon farms on land, or sorry, in the ocean, is that the costs are still there, but the costs are being borne by the environment and by wild salmon stocks and not by the company. So they're saying it's not profitable, but that's not our problem. That's their problem. I'm not sure if that even makes any sense, but essentially, you know, there are still those costs are still there, but they're not being borne by the company. So they would be borne by the company if it were a closed containment facility. Wow. She is kicking my rear. Was this the one at the table? To answer your question from earlier, Nicole, you asked how I came to write about fish to begin with. And the answer is more or less just happenstance. Because, oh wow, so it was the one at the table. She came right after us. So when I started my master's back in September 2012, I had a very different conception of how science and technology worked, and how scientific knowledge relates to, you know, the knowledge of things or of people, knowledge systems that aren't necessarily that of Western modern science. And my initial idea in studying science and technology studies was, you know, my idea at the time was, yeah, science is great, and science can, you know, it's still true, I still believe that, science can do a lot of wonderful things, but I sort of underestimated the extent to which science is influenced by cultural and social factors, and, you know, the extent to which science is embedded in colonialism, imperialism, things like that. And when I started my studies, it sort of forced me to reevaluate everything that I thought I knew about science and how it operated in society, and, you know, the distribution of costs and benefits and things like that, such that the research project that I had initially thought I was going to be doing no longer made any sense, because it didn't conform with my newfound understanding of how science and technology works in society. So this would have been in late September, early October 2012, when I had to articulate a research project, not only for, you know, because there was a deadline coming up for the program, but also if I wanted to continue on in the program for my PhD, I had to submit an application to the PhD program. And for that, I needed to, again, articulate a research project that makes sense. And I had no idea what I was going to do. None whatsoever. Until such time as I... So there's our friend up there. This is going to be very hairy with only one Estus flask, though. So I want to see if we can get by her without aggravating her. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not, though. So essentially, I was making lunch in my kitchen, and I had my TV on the news. And this would have been Halloween 2012, or the day after, one of the two. And essentially what happened was the newscast was talking about the release of a report called the Cohen Report, which was part of a federally sanctioned inquiry into the decline of sockeye salmon that was ordered by the Canadian federal government in 2009. So in 2012, October 31st, 2012 is when they released the final report. And that sort of, it piqued my interest, such that when I went and I started looking at the report, it brought to mind several of the readings that I had done in the months which preceded, or in the 2 months which preceded that, which drew attention to instances, case studies in which the supposed universal knowledge of scientists clashed with that of the local knowledge of, people who might be more appropriately described as lay experts or lay scientists, stuff like that. So I wondered whether there might be a similar story there. And then when I looked at the report and learned a little bit more about how important sockeye salmon are to the First Nations of British Columbia, is my research going to be part of a federal case study? No. Well, I'm going to be critiquing the report, essentially. Critiquing the report, but that's sort of like the core of it. And then if you think of it like an onion, the report is at the core, and then I'm sort of zooming out from there and showing how it relates to broader trends in neoliberal global capitalism and the continuing influence of colonialism and imperialism and things like that. So it's about sockeye, but not really. Another way of looking at it would be that it's a social and cultural study of the impacts of the significance of and the impact of the decline of sockeye salmon.
You. Yeah, yes, you. Here, over here. Please, you must help me.
So it looks like we successfully snuck by our friend. Hey, look at that. We're wearing the same clothes, friend. Hi. And I have a little flame too. See?
Thank you. I would have been at supper without you. Been eaten alive. I shudder to think. Thank you. Thank you dearly. I am Laurentius, of the Great Swamp. I will not forget my debt to you.
And I you, friend.
Oh, hello there. I'm fine, thanks to you.
Why didn't he burn his ropes? That's a good question. Yeah, Laurentius is pretty awesome. Okay, let's see if we can take out this butcher here. Oh no. Yeah, you don't want to let her stagger you with those knives. Speaking of which, we did it. Okay, so we picked up a few things. First is a large ember, and it doesn't really say anything other than it's handled by the blacksmiths of Astora, so presumably to let you know that you should bring it to Andre. And we also got the sack, the sack rather. Bloodstained patchwork sack by the undead man-eating cook lurking in the depths. 2 eye holes have been haphazardly cut out. It is unexpectedly soft and comfortable to wear, but it is probably near meaningless in terms of defense. So yeah, let's go back to Firelink. I do need to reorganize all my items here so that we have, Okay, before we talk to Laurentius and get our spells and everything, we're going to call it an episode there. So in the next episode, we're going to, get some pyromancies from Laurentius, get some dialogue, learn a little bit more about pyromancy, seeing as we're going to be doing pyromancy build, and doing a little bit more casting as opposed to just continually using the worst weapon in the game for whatever reason. But thank you all very, very much for joining us, and we will see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.